Hey guys, Rob Shoecraft with 3 Storm Fitness. Today I'm going to talk to you about, restless leg syndrome. More accurately, I'm going to talk to you about what restless leg syndrome is to me and what I do to treat it. So restless leg syndrome, as far as I know, restless leg syndrome, I'm sorry to any experts in the field or folks who treat it, but I think it's kind of like one of those things like fibromyalgia or migraine headaches where no one is 100% sure really what's going on or really what the treatments are, and that a lot of the triggers and the treatments seem to be really personal, really individual to the person experiencing them, the victim, if you will. A lot of those treatments, I mean, if you look up a list of any of them, there's like 100 of them. There might as well say like wish upon a shooting star for, to treat. It's just, that might work for some people. It doesn't work for me. I'll tell you what does work for me. I'm going to go over kind of the 80-20 first, the Pareto, or the, is it Pareto? We'll just call it burrito. We'll call it Burrito's Law. This is kind of a crude amateur channel, so we'll call it Burrito's Law. 20%, the 20% of what I do, maybe I'll cover the other 80 or 60 or whatever at the end. But the 20% of what I do to really fix it 80% of the time, to help me go to sleep without this restless leg. So just so we're on the same page, I'm going to tell you what I think restless leg syndrome is, or at least what I'm calling it. It's when like I had this overwhelming urge, and most of the time it happens when I'm lying in bed. I shouldn't say it happens, it's just kind of present. When I'm lying in bed, but sometimes like before bed, at the end of the day, if I happen to be watching TV before I go to bed, I can kind of feel it. It's almost like this really, it's almost like a tickle, sort of, like almost like a tickle within the depths of your guts and around your lap and into your legs. And it's like you have this unquenchable desire to stretch or to yawn, even if you don't actually have to yawn. Anybody knows what? Hopefully, I'm talking about the same thing. If you experience that, if you're just watching this because you're bored and you just happen to come on this channel, you know what I'm talking about, then whatever, I don't care if you're confused, but hopefully to you folks who have restless legs, RLS, I'm nailing it for you. So what I do, this is like the bulk of what I do, pretty much do this every night. And again, sometimes I'll do other things, it just sort of depends. Real quick, if I'm sitting on my couch, so basically if I'm starting to have signs of restless legs before I even go to bed, it's usually a pretty good indicator that it's going to be really intense. So I do a number of other things as well, just to kind of make sure I get it, take care of it so I can go to sleep. So what I do is I get a foam roller, in this case a PVC pipe, I put it, let me back up a little bit, I'm sorry. Back up a little bit, put it on the floor. I'm going to mainly go after my lower legs, posterior lower legs, so like the gastrocnemius, the soleus, basically your calves, your heel cords, all that stuff. And I want to get deep on it, and I want to get intense. So put one leg on a time. I'm going to start dorsiflex. I'm going to start with my toes toward my chin. I'm just going to roll forward and back on it, basically from right underneath my knees. Kind of that's where the hamstring sort of intersects with the lower leg. So all the way from the behind the knees, all the way up to the heel cords. Basically like your Achilles tendon, all that stuff. So dorsiflex, start rolling up and down, side to side. You get a nice little tricep core workout as well. And then once you feel warmed up, if you can go to this next step, if you can't, that's okay. Just, play it by ear. It does hurt for most people. Just relax your toe. And this is going to open a lot more up. And then we're going to go side to side, kind of against the grain while we roll down. You're going to do that for like 2 minutes each leg. 1 to 2 minutes is what I usually do. Or as much as you can stand. I also recommend, if you have a couple extra minutes, you have a couple extra minutes, by the way. This is going to be, any of this is going to be, even if I told you it's going to take an hour, it'd still be better than sitting in bed for an hour and a half. 2 hours not being able to fall asleep. So don't complain about this being too long. Okay, so take this lacrosse ball, smash it on the bottom of your feet. There's tons of smashing. Basically, you stand up on it, smash it around, roll it around on the arches, get the heel, everything, because a lot of the fascia that's connected on the underside of your leg through your hamstrings and everything starts on the bottom of the feet. So hit that, maybe even before you hit your calves, if you get the time in a lacrosse ball. You can also stand on like a foam roller or something and do it. That works decently. So anyways, once we've done all of our smashing, you can hit your hamstrings and quads too. You're not gonna do too much. We're gonna do a nice deep kind of classic toe touch type hamstring stretch. Hamstring and lower leg. So it just, obviously it's gonna depend a little bit on how flexible you are. But it doesn't matter too much. What you wanna do is exhale into it. And we're just talking static stretching here. Just, like I said, a classic stretch. Pulling yourself into it. A couple key points. You want to have your feet together as much as you can, and you want to have your toes flat. You don't want to be out like this. That's a lot of people, your hips and your ankles and everything for poor mobility or flexibility, you're going to have problems getting in this position. I don't care how far you can bend forward, even if it's right here. That's all right. But get your feet together, your heels together, toes together. You're flat, and you are pulling your toes toward you. So you're exhaling into it. And if you can touch your feet, great. If not, grab the bottom of whatever you can. But if you can grab your toes, if not, okay, so pull yourself in and exhale. And when you reach the point where you can't exhale anymore, I want you to take a couple deep breaths. This is kind of a little Wim Hof method sort of here. I'm not sure where he got it, maybe he invented it, but you're gonna go a little deeper. So I can't go any more, so I'm gonna go a little deeper. Do that like 3 times. I don't know why that works, but it does. It's pretty amazing. So you sort of do like a little mini hyperventilation while you're already like condensed. And then hold it, kind of contract your core, and then exhale and go even deeper into it. It's amazing. Another thing you could do, if that's hard on your back or something, you could do it from your toes. Push your butt back, swan dive into it. Flex your quads so that you really get full hamstring stretch, full calf stretch. You can take it to the next level if you have a band or something, or if you have a friend, like your spouse or whatever. I call my wife my spouse friend, my life wife, my wife partner. So you're gonna grab a hold of the band if you have one of these. These are great. You kind of do like a little P&F type thing, where you're gonna hold as far as you can, keeping this leg down as far as you can, and then for about 7 seconds, then relax for about 7 seconds, and then take it down even further for about 7 seconds. Then relax. You're breathing deep the whole time. That's a killer one if you have one of these bands, or, like I said, a life wife to help you out. And then one more little thing you could do within the realm of stretching. If you have like some steps or something, you can get a real deep calf stretch. Here, if you can see what I'm doing, everybody knows that stretch. You put your toe up on some sort of raised platform, and you just drive your hip forward into it. Hold it from anywhere from, 30 seconds is going to do something, but 2 minutes is key. I'm kind of stealing that number from guys like Kelly Starrett and what's his face, Trevor Bachmeyer. Anyways, that's the 80-20. So basically, smash your calves, deep stretch, and then all the other crap if you want to add it. If you want to add some even more crap, like I said, if I'm on the couch and I start to get that restless leg type feeling, the syndrome starts kicking in, I'll take a cold shower. Like I've talked about cold showers before. They're not for everybody. I could talk about cold showers forever. But take a cold shower, whatever that is for you. For some people, for me, I just hop in the shower while it's freezing cold, take a shower like that. It's not fun. I don't like it, but I love it when I get out. I feel amazing. And when you couple this with the stretches and everything, I can only think of like once, maybe twice that I've ever had problems really relaxing. You could take it, you get maybe a little bit here and there from things like lavender oil. You can kind of put some of that under your nose. What else works? Gut smashing is really good as well. Basically all these things, pretty much think of anything that sucks terribly and do that. That seems to work really well. So hopefully that helps you guys out. Like I say in all these sort of like tip videos, if you have any tips, if you have anything that I should try, please let me know. I'd love to do it. Thanks very much for watching. Please subscribe to my videos and have a great day. Sleep tight.